All right, how we going, guys? We are back with yet another video. We're going to be streaming here today and talking about the next steps for the agent that I'm setting up. For those of you that have been watching for the last few days, or you haven't, what it is that I'm building is kind of like an alternative to OpenClaw. So I haven't liked OpenClaw too much, hasn't been good for me in setting up an autonomous agent that runs 24/7. So I'm essentially building an AI that builds itself or builds companies from scratch. And that means it'll build an app, it'll build a website, it'll set up an email server, it will do marketing, make TikToks, run ads, all that good stuff completely autonomously. My goal from it is to set up a handful of businesses, let it run all the time, and see how much money you can make. I think inevitably AI is going to do this at scale in the better part over the next year. And so I figure, hey, might as well put my hand at it and give it a shot. So for those of you that tuned in last night, we built a end-to-end workflow setting up and shipping a TikTok video. So, taking a script, turning it into a video, and then posting it on TikTok and Instagram Reels. So far, it's very rough. Getting good music automated is actually pretty hard. A lot of people, when setting up like an automated TikTok workflow, kind of put together a slideshow or put together a simple UGC video and either use a human talking in the AI generation, or you have to manually add your own viral sound. So it posts to your drafts and then you add a sound. So I'm going to take a pause on the videos for today. And what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to work on slideshows. So I think there's a bunch of information already on this, and there's a bunch of people that have already set up workflows that work really well at getting a lot of views. And now that I have the workflow working from setting something up to posting it on a bunch of different channels, that's exactly what it is that I'm going to do today. I'm going to really focus on just trying to get this workflow in a place where we can build and create really good slideshows on both TikTok and on Instagram. So that's going to be the objective for tonight. The better part of the day today, I've been working on just baseline boilerplate for the app. Right now, when you go through onboarding, it will, build you a website. It'll put together a marketing plan for you. It'll, set up a bunch of agents to run your business. It'll put together a mission of the business, how it'll make money, send you an email, and, deploy your code. And I decided that I need to set up a Stripe account that goes with it, so that way you can have a paywall and accept payments. And then I also built a integration with TikTok and Instagram, so that way, you as a user or me as a user can add the accounts directly rather than going through APIs. So without further ado, that's going to be the objective for today. Now that we have a good baseline kind of setup, now the next step is really just, getting some slideshows out today. And so, if you're at home and you're using OpenClaw or you're building your own agents, this will work for you too. I'm using a very similar setup. I'm using skill files. I'm using, embedded memories. I'm using all the state-of-the-art stuff to do this. It just so happens that the reason why I'm doing this as opposed to using OpenClaw is designed to have lots of agents working for you in parallel, whereas the thing that I'm making is more or less something that can run autonomously and never stop and wait for a human to prompt it. And I found that just trying to do that on my computer was a lot more tedious than I had initially thought it would be. So let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it here. Before we begin, like always, I need to make sure that the stream is working here, and maybe at some point I will find another way to do this and not have to cut off the beginning of every stream doing this. So apologize for those of you that are joining, but this should be a good stream today. I think we're gonna cover a lot of bases. And if you're trying to set up workflows to automate your marketing, this will be a very valuable stream for you to join in on and take a look and listen. Okay. All right, we got YouTube. Now we'll get X here. Make sure we're streaming properly on X. Yeah, it looks like we're streaming properly on X. Hopefully it doesn't blast the music again. And then finally, we should be live on Kick. And then also, if you guys are watching today, feel free to drop a comment. Feel free to let me know any questions that you might have or anything else, we'd be happy to oblige. One sec. Let me just make sure that we're actually live here on Kick. I think we are. Can't tell. View your channel. Perfect. We are in fact live on Kick. Fantastic. Okay, so we should be good on all platforms and be ready to rip here. Okay, cool. Good to go. All right, so you guys can kind of see this setup I have here. You can, it'll set up your account, build you a website, and then immediately we're into connecting the accounts. But for the sake of continuing today, we're going to go right into building the slideshows. So let me pull up cursor here, and let me open up a new tab, and I need to do the train command. So the train command right now is dialed on running the workflow to make a video. So I'm going to say, what's the npm train command that we set up? Is it only set up for doing the TikTok/IG video workflow, or can it also work for making slideshows with the slideshow skill? Let's see. Copy and paste our agent ID here, so that way it knows what agent we want to deploy. Here's our agent ID. Agent ID. Should be a good start. It should be a good start. And again, for those of you that are just tuning in now, we have the workflow set up to automate it and post directly to TikTok and IG. Now, more or less, we're just switching gears from creating a video to a slideshow, which I think is going to create a lot less issues for us in the long term here. All right. Okay. So here's the train command. It's a generic objective queuing CLI. It's not locked to any specific workflow. It works by inserting a row into the agent objective queue. So yes, it works for both workflows. Okay. Okay, but I recently set up another workflow. Okay, but I recently set up another CLI command that takes the user to the connections step after Bootstrap. Now that autonomous mode isn't immediately after Bootstrap, will we go straight after Bootstrap or connections? If it is after Bootstrap, make it now after connections. I think that should be solid. Welcome for those of you that are joining and are new to the stream. We are going to get this agent running 24/7. That is the goal. 24/7 building and scaling businesses. Okay. So far we got it in a good place. Realistically, I think I should be able to launch this thing in the better part of the next few weeks. Maybe next week, maybe the following week, I should be able to launch this. And for those of you that want to, have an autonomous business running for you in the background, you should check out the service because I'm going to ship this soon. It'll be waybend.com. So, waybend.com. All right. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. Okay. Good question. Looking at the code, the transcript does not change the agent's mode at all. It only resets, strips the objective fields, queues the objective into objective agent queue. Now let the function ensure the agent is in autonomous mode, and I'll call it right before queuing the objective. Okay, so we'll see if this ends up doing it. You were right to catch that. The agent transcript was only queuing the objective into agent objective queue without touching the agent's mode. Since the objectives are consumed during the autonomous tick, if the agent was still in bootstrap or in connections mode, the objective would just sit in the queue indefinitely until this phase is completed. Now, ensure autonomous mode runs every time you call the train, not just with reset. So does a conditional, okay, perfect. All right, let's just see if the slideshows are in a good place to start. Okay, create me the proper train command to make a slideshow, and ensure whatever the prompt is works well for whatever app I have in the UI right now. Okay. And then we're going to get this slideshow thrown straight up to this new TikTok account that I have set up. I believe it's right here. Also, fun fact, I edited a video today with the Edits app, Instagram Edits app, and I posted it to TikTok, and it basically deprioritized the fuck out of it. Crazy. Just doesn't want to push it because I made it with edits. So definitely worth knowing. Shop the Forge. Okay. All right, so this should be a good start. Let's see where we're at. Cool. The picture, your brand is pointful. No. Actually, whatever. It doesn't matter right now. Explicitly says slideshow and carousel, so the agent matches slideshow's MD. I'm going to run it. Wait, do we really need this long prompt to do this? Can't the agent we have set up decide what the carousels should be or not in train mode? The whole point of the agent is that the strategist reads the brand context, scale files, past performance, and decides the creative direction. Yeah. Previous objectives in your logs. Okay, that's it. Agent will read the skill file, figure out the transformation theme. Great. Let's run that. Are we still running this agent? No. Okay, so we're gonna run that guy. And then we're going to go there. Let's see if we can get a slideshow. Let's see if we can get a slideshow pumped out immediately. All right. Let's see if we can get a slideshow ripped. We're gonna go directly to TikTok. Create and publish a 6-slide photo carousel slideshow for TikTok and Instagram to promote Pointful. Okay, specialist is planning the execution tasks. Let's see what it's gonna come up with. What are we gonna make? What is the AI going to think is a good idea to put on TikTok as a carousel? That's the $1 million question right now, because I have no initial prompting in what the hell this thing is going to do. Absolutely undialed right now, not dialed. So we're gonna have to see what the AI is feeling today. Let me connect your day one superpowers before entering the autonomous growth mode. Let's see if we may be locked in on the skills page. Are we locked on the connections page or no? No, we're good. We're good. So read the slideshow skill file and the brand guide. If available, extract the full pipeline, lock the scene approach, text overlay method, posting steps, use the partial skill content already retrieved, design the pointful carousel concept, travel aspiration and themed. No, we're good. We're good. We don't need to worry about whether or not that's working. No, you're not locked. Bump the agent straight up to autonomous and it started working immediately. The agent can find the slideshow skill file. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. Don't need to worry about that. It's pumping it out right now. Credit card points are already first class. So your credit card points are already worth a first class flight. You just don't know it. I mean, hey, honestly, it's not a bad hook. It's not a bad hook. This is going to be using, for those of you that have been following a lot on Twitter, this is going to be using the Larry skill file. So I guess it is based on something that has worked in the past, but I mean, it works for like interior design stuff. I'm not sure it's gonna shape out to be this immediately. Okay, so it comes up, here's the plan. So here's the concept. You already have enough points for this trip, you just don't know it yet. Travel aspirational, the viewer sees stunning destinations and realizes their current credit card points can get them there. Bridges dream to action. 6-slide narrative arc. Hook. You already have enough points for this. Stop the scroll. Make them question whether or not they're leaving the value on the table. Problem. But most people waste them on $1 cash, or 1 cent cashback. Tactic 1. All right, let's see. I'm curious to see what the different slides are going to be. Slide 1, okay. Paris, golden hour, the Eiffel Tower stands in the back. Okay, text overlay. You already have enough points for this. Position center, slide 2, Maldives, variation, text overlay, but people waste time on the 1 cent cashback. Tokyo, transfer to airline partners, not the portal. I don't know what that means. 80K signups bonus equals round trip to Europe. The right transfer 3x point value per point. Get the free guide pointful. Oh my god. This is gonna take some work to dial this in. That's for sure. We're gonna have to update the skill to be pretty damn good at understanding what's gonna go into a good carousel. Fortunately, I don't think it should be too difficult to figure that out. So it's got to be generating images now. Okay. Yep, there's the first image, or maybe that's the second image. Yep, there's another image. Okay. Yeah, it's doing a good job of putting together the images. So we're gonna see whether or not this comes back here. But hey, this would be a great start. This would be a great start to the stream tonight. If we can get the whole workflow shipped out immediately, that would be a fantastic start. Let's see. In fact, while we're waiting, I think I may just go back into the other instance. Okay, so we got all these images being generated right now. Let me generate all 6 images in parallel. All 6 images are generated. Let me save the scene design and the file paths. I mean, yo, we're on a good streak. We're on a good streak. The system's actually doing a really good job at reading skill files and knowing what it needs to do. Okay. All 6 images are live on disk. Here's what I generated. Okay, so here are the 6 slides. Next up, adding text overlays to each slide. The hook burn into the slide. Pointful watermark on all 6. It's gonna put a pointful watermark on each page. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Content redacted. Let's see if it comes back. That will be a fantastic start to the stream. If we can get right to a fucking slideshow off rip, that is going to be a great place to iterate from. Is that at that point, all we have to do is really prompt it on doing better research to find what viral formats are going to be good for this. In fact, it could be a good idea to put that in the Bootstrap prompt. Just find lots of viral formats and just plug it away. So that way, the second the agent starts making TikToks, it already knows exactly how to execute a bunch of viral formats. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, I think we're kicking off. Are we generating the images again? I think we are going into a loop. We're going into a loop. It's too good to be true. One shot immediately. Since when? Since when? Since when? All right. Let's see. Looks like we went into right there. Looks like we went into a loop. Why did this happen? Started adding captions and then started generating images all over again. ACP agent won't recognize agent ID. Been trying to troubleshoot for hours. What do you mean, bro? What is ACP agent? And it won't recognize agent ID. What do you mean? Share some more context. Share some more context. Just drop it in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all the people joining us here on YouTube. If you guys are stuck with anything with your setups, just feel free to drop a message in the chat. Happy to help out. Okay, diagnosed why the agent loses context between ticks. Let's see see what the cause is here. We're adding the overlays. Okay. Overlay's done. Now adding the pointful brand watermark. I think we're getting stuck on this branding watermark step. Interesting. Now we're actually enumerating through the list though. Next up, adding text overlays to slide. Hook, burn in the slides. Interesting. Apply pointful brand watermark. Ready for the next test. Posting to Instagram and TikTok. All right, so we're posting. I didn't see it add a viral sound. That's for sure. So we may get a slideshow without a sound. You know, I don't know if I added my Instagram account to the Composio MCP, so I'm not sure if that'll work. TikTok should work. I'm trying to spawn a persistent ACP agent. It's showing it in the agent list, but I can't update any MD files for it. I think the ACP agents were dropped in the new update. What is an ACP agent? ACP agent. Agent client protocol. Yeah, what is an ACP agent? What are you using, bro? I'm not familiar with what an ACP agent is. I'm spawn a persistent ACP agent. It's showing in the agent list, but I can't update any MD files for it. I think ACP agents were dropped in the new update. Okay, yeah, just clarify with what an ACP agent is, though. Bruh. I literally haven't heard of an ACP agent. Don't know what that is. Yeah, not familiar with what an ACP agent is. We're definitely looping here. We're gonna kill that. We're gonna kill that worker. The model starts each hit completely blind. Let's see. Yeah, at least we have more context to know what happened here because it just restarted again. So we're just gonna dump that into the chat. And we should have a better idea as to what the hell is causing this. Okay. It happened again. Why? Yeah, I mean, John, if you share some more context on an ACP agent is, I can take a look, because the only thing that I'm seeing on Google right now is that it's some middleware between coding agents and your product. Haven't heard of an ACP agent. There are sub-agents that aren't spawned for specific tasks. They have memory and they have memory. They have memory and they have memory. And you have them on skills like your main agent. I mean, there are sub-agents that that aren't spawned for a specific task. They have memory and they have, okay. So what are you asking in specific? Because if you're asking how to use a subagent, how do you spawn a persistent subagent? Is that what you're asking? It could be leading you towards a dead end for sure. Trying to come spawn a persistent ACP agent, it's showing the agent list, but I can't update any MD files for it. I mean, subagents are isolated agents. They're spawned for a specific task and they come back and then they poof into thin air. Subagents aren't persistent unless you're talking about a proper agent with context. The subagent is supposed to do a task that the agent gives it. The agent can pass it context. So if you're trying to get your subagent to do stuff, just have your main agent share the context for it to do the task. Tick timestamps match exactly. The second problem that my fixes won't fully solve, the model keeps exiting the loop with no tools called. Okay. For some reason, we're not adding a viral sound to the Instagram/TikTok. We properly do that in the video generation workflow though. How can we inject it here too? Unless you see it in the logs, because I don't see it in the logs. Yes, ACP agents are persistent. They're trained for specific tasks. So what's the difference between an ACP agent and just a normal agent? Right? Like what's the difference between having one agent and an ACP agent? Share with me that. Yeah, like what's the difference between the two of those? Okay. How can we inject the same thing into the slideshow workflow? Because once we have it in the slideshow workflow, it should come out real crisp. Not 100%. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. Yo, what model are you talking to, bro? I think you got some LLM psychosis sending you down a weird rabbit hole. ACP agents are persistent. They're trained for specific skills. I mean, are you talking about using an agent with a skill file that already exists? Are these ACP agents an API that you can tap into or something that you can download or reuse? Because again, like I'm not sure what the difference is between that and just a normal agent with a pre-configured skill file. What are you using, bro? What are you using? Are you using? Well, yeah. What are you using? Are you using OpenClaw? Like what? How are you trying to set this up? You need to create two things. A, create slideshow video tool. I need to create a new tool. Why do we need to create a new tool? We already have one for injecting audio into a video. Can we use the same tool for our slideshow? Or no, because it's not a video. What am I using? I'm building my own agent from scratch. I used to be using OpenClaw and decided that OpenClaw isn't good for purely autonomous agents and decided to switch off. So I'm building my own stuff from scratch. But the majority of what I'm doing is functionally the same as OpenClaw, if that's what you're using. It's just I'm not using the baseline library. My agents run, in a tick. I'm using skill files. I'm using all the same systems to build agents. I'm just not doing it with OpenClaw specifically. I think OpenClaw is good for some things, but not good for a 24/7 agent. I don't think it's done me a good job. It's taken so long to do basic things, like versus what I'm doing right now. Like I'm cranking through shit. It's a video file as an input, and now we have 6 PNG images. You can't merge audio into an image. So the only missing piece for converting the images for 3 seconds, 18-second slideshow after the whole thing. Okay, create slideshow video, new. No. We're not going to create a slideshow video. Wait. How do you manage your workspace files? But you became a mess real quick. I'll explain that in a sec. That doesn't make sense. We're adding virus on Instagram. We can't make our slideshows a video though. We're adding images directly to TikTok/IG. If we can't add a sound to it, do research into this first. And if it's not possible to do, then yeah, we'll just have to save it to drafts and have the user add the viral sound. How did you manage your workspace files? Did they become a mess real quick? Not really. Not really. I'm finding that my workspace setup is not too bad because I'm doing a kind of like dual version of memory. So on the one hand, very lightweight docs, very lightweight MD files I'm using I'm using very lightweight MD files for my agent. So like a skill file, a soul file, an identity file, some like recent tasks that I did, and then just like daily logs of what's going on. And then because I'm building an agent that runs a company autonomously, I have a database where I'm using vector embeddings and putting all the information about the business there. And so when you're building up a skill file, you're kind of refining it, right? You're not letting the file system get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You're trying to create a very dialed in skill, right? Like let's just say it's posting a slideshow to TikTok. You're trying to refine that skill, and you're getting a lot of to me the whole point of it is you're refining a skill file through lots of trial and error. And so you want to have a file for a specific skill that's all the trial and error, all the iteration that you've done to get the skill file to where it's at. So it also knows what not to do. But once the skill file gets good enough, it should have enough of a description, enough instruction to perform the skill well enough. And so I think a lot of people over-index. I certainly fell victim to this in the very beginning, to wanting to overdo the skill files. Like I really wanted to, not overdo the skill files, but overdo the memory system. And there's this good essay from Anthropic that basically says you should only build your memory system to be you should start off as lean as you can be and only add more features to your memory system as you need it. And so instead of trying to pre-optimize a memory system so it works at some degree of scale, you should just set up your memory system day one to be very lean. And then if memory starts to break and isn't doing what you expect it to do, then you start to think about, okay, how can I add something to it, another layer to it to retrieve information better. And then you have to think, before you just add more memory, what specifically is causing the issue, right? Like, let's just say you're having a hard time fetching a memory from like 2 weeks ago on this one thing that we fucked up, right? It's like, okay, you know, think, how would I get that memory, right? And so does it make sense to put that memory in some like general dump and like hope that the model remembers it? You could, right? You could say, hey, go into recent memories for the skill and then dump it all into the context window before it actually performs a task, and then it'll know not to do that thing. That'll solve the issue. Alternatively, if your memory system is so long and bloated because you're putting everything into memory.md file, it probably won't catch it. Maybe you should break out a memory.md into like recent memories, into lessons on a specific skill. So that way your agent has these files better configured in a way where, hey, I'm trying to refine this skill. I'm looking for memories related to that specific skill. Oh, there's a memory file specifically to all the things that we've tried and done and failed and succeeded at next to that skill file. So it's kind of like how you parse it out. But I actually don't find that my system has gotten too complex because I'm not adding a lot of crazy shit. At the end of the day, you just need a few things, a few workflows to work really well, and that's it. You know, you don't need this thing to be perfect and memorize everything. You just need it to do what you need it to do well. Hopefully that clears up your question there. Okay, here's what research says. TikTok for photo carousels, auto add music, yes. Exists in posts in TikTok's API. TikTok's algorithm picks a recommended sound, but it only works with direct posts, not with self-only drafts. I don't give a shit. You can't pick specific viral sound via API for photo carousels, only auto add. The current skill post is self-only, which explicitly disables auto music. Okay, we don't want that. Music on carousels is a native app feature only, not supported through the Graph API at all. No way to add music to carousel. So the real options are TikTok switch from draft self-only to public with auto music, yes. TikTok picks the sound, not us, but there's music and it goes live immediately. Instagram, no API option. Posts without music. Let me update this slideshow skill to use auto add music, yes, on TikTok instead of drafting. Now I'll update the skill file. The key change is TikTok switches from draft self-only to public with music auto add, yes, and Instagram limitation is documented. Yo, I'm curious, for those of you guys that are watching this, like, if you have an agent that's running all the time and it's making content, would you rather have the agent pick and use a randomly generated viral sound and just post it online and hope for the best? Or would you rather have it post to your drafts, get a notification from your agent, and then you add the viral sound? You would kind of go and find what that viral sound is that you want to make for your video, and you add it manually. Please put a message in the chat. If you're on Twitter, if you're on YouTube, like, what would you rather have? It automatically post with a sound, some random sound, or would you rather be able to manually add a sound directly? I'd love to hear from you guys, because this is a question that I'm not sure I know what the answer is immediately. But what would you guys rather have? Put it in the chat. Automatically post with a random sound, or add to your drafts and get notified of what sound you need to manually add to it. Drop it in the chat. Yeah, I think for now we're just going to have to rock the. Honestly, if I'm thinking about myself, right, I think the only thing that would matter to me is that I get told what sound I should use for this video. So if the agent does research, it copies a viral format, and it emulates what that format is and makes a copycat TikTok or reel of it. And it tells me what sound I should use. I would rather know what the sound is and add it myself and have it immediately in my drafts than to just have it posted. Yeah, I would definitely prefer that. Now the question is, can we have the agent properly watching videos and getting the sounds? So let me see this. Okay. Let's run a thought experiment. Let's just say we don't add any sounds and we just put the slideshow directly into drafts for both TikTok/IG. The ideal workflow is that our AI recommends a viral sound per platform that also connects/makes sense for the slideshow posted. And all the user has to do is add the sound from the TikTok/IG libraries when they're editing. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. One, we copy an existing viral carousel and note the sound to send back to the user. Two, we gather what the vibe is for our slideshow and look for a sound that matches that vibe and says recommended sound to the user. Three, just let the user know they should pick the sound. Which, nah, I don't want that. One is ideal because finding formats that work really well would be a great way to base how we make the carousels in the first place, and our model and our AI model can learn the lessons from those carousels to come up with a hook, images, etc. for our content. We just need an AI to be able to search up and find these carousels/content and create a library of research to base our videos on. Is all of this possible? What should/shouldn't we do here? Look it up online. Yeah, this will be good, because if we can just copy viral formats, like if our AI can just go around and copy viral formats relevant to whatever it is that our person is doing, that's what we want. That's what we want. Because copying viral formats is going to be money. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to train the AI to come up with better ideas. You don't want the AI coming up with ideas in a vacuum. Being able to do research and see what formats work really well and then directly apply it, very good. Very good. In fact, it makes me almost want to ask the question, let's see, how does OpenClaw watch videos for me on my behalf and give me YouTube video reports? Because then what we could do is the initial research for slideshow pages and then go find them. So let's see. Here's the full picture from the research. TikTok Research API, academic, nonprofit only. Okay, great. TikTok Creative Center has trending sounds, hashtag videos, no official API, but Apify scrapers can extract the data for 0.006 dollar cents, whatever, per query. However, adding a paid scraping dependency feels premature. Web search. Your agent already has web search. It can search for viral carousels in a niche, find what formats folk sounds are working, analyze them. This is a simple path that already works today. Adding specific sounds via API, confirmed impossible for both platforms on photo carousels. Drafts plus user sounds manually is the only path. Here's my honest assessment for the two approaches. Approach 1, copy viral formats and note their sound is the right one. And it's doable today with no new tools. Here's why. The agent already has web search. It can search viral TikTok carousel for credit card points or top performing TikTok slideshows for the finance niche, March 2026. It can find the specific sounds from those carousels used and recommend them. It can analyze the hook format, visual style, and slide count. It can find these. It can save these findings to a skill file / memory so it gets smarter over time. This becomes phase 0 research in the slideshow pipeline. It happens before image generation. What it can't do now is view TikTok videos directly or scroll through a feed. It can only find information that's been written about on the web. Blog posts, trend reports, TikTok Creative Center, social media analysts. That's usually enough. There's enough. There are tons of trending TikTok sounds this week in viral carousel format articles. What you should do at a research phase, okay, don't pay for Apify scrapers yet. Web search covers 80% of the value. Don't apply for TikTok Research API, blah, blah, blah. All right. Well, the best way to test this theory is just to search it up ourselves. Top performing TikTok slideshows for the finance niche, March 2026. I mean, that would not result in something good. I mean, I guess then again, it's going to find articles, right? So TikTok creator earnings by niche, the complete 2026 guide. I don't know, man. I don't think this is going to be a good baseline. How TikTok, this is not even a relevant article. Best TikTok niches, 10 trending TikTok niches. Man, that's brutal. I mean, it could just... Let's see. I wonder if we can search it on TikTok itself. So we'll do like... Let's see. Credit card slideshow. Credit card points slideshow. Damn, these fucking videos are hurt. It's a video. I don't know if you can query by slideshow. Yeah, I don't think you can query by slideshow. No. $1 million niches with strong growth potential for 2026. I guess it's right on TikTok. No. Yeah, these search queries suck. Let's see. I guess we can see what the page says. TikTok Creative Center. Okay. Tell you your whole creative game. Looking for top examples of top ads. Wonder what's hot on TikTok. Yeah, we want to see what's hot on TikTok. Okay. We should be able to see this. Okay. Find inspiration through trending TikTok videos. So you can't filter by, I mean, we got songs here. Approved for business use. I don't give a shit if it's approved or not. Let's see, can we hear the sound?
Why is everyone popping out with their man? Summer's around the corner. Sound.
Let's see.
U.S. did not engage in war. Trump engaged in war. We told him to stop. We told him to sit his rabbit ass down.
Okay.
Got the world in the hands. Make it 12.
So you wouldn't want to pop that thing on a credit card points slideshow. Maybe. Shit, I don't fucking know. Okay, I mean, this is definitely useful in seeing what videos, I mean, what sounds are getting popular. Okay. TikTok videos. Sort by. No, we don't want to do that.
Whoa.
Yeah, that looked AI generated as fuck.
We just hit number 1. Goat is the number 1.
Thanks, Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the $1 million question is like, so what, right? Like, is this really gonna do anything? Is this really gonna do anything? That is the $1 million question for this. You know, how is this going to translate to creating a good, solid format? Making content's hard. Honestly, I think it may just have to be one of those situations where you have to add the sound yourself. Because I don't even know if I would trust the recommendation that it gives. You know, it doesn't know what should go with it. I mean, let me try to add a reel right now and just see exactly. Test, 1, 2, 3. Let's see what the workflow would be for adding audio. So if I click audio, so there you go. You have For You and trending. Right? You know, I think the strat really is it just needs to put it to drafts. I honestly think the strat is it's going to need to put to drafts, and you got to add the viral sound yourself. I feel like that's just going to be the strat. I'm doing that. Okay. Like, this is just overdoing the amount of work it takes to find a viral sound, that a recommendation that just may not even be good. Okay, so let's do this instead. Let's do this instead. Let's just say we don't add any sounds. Okay, let's do this instead. Okay, let's do this. No sound being added to the carousels. Let's just add the carousels. Add both posts directly to drafts. Which then it kind of begs the question, do I even need posts at this point? Posts is an integration that allows you to automatically post cross-platform, but if you're doing it, no, we'll keep it. We'll keep it because there's gonna be some posts that we're gonna want to generate sound. Let's do this. No sound being added to carousels. Let's just add both posts directly to drafts for carousels only. Also, update the skill file for the carousels to implicitly drive curiosity. Curiosity value loops. For example, in the Larry Brand skill, it shows before and afters of what a bedroom could look like with AI. We need to introduce a research phase into the slideshow setup, but an aimed research phase to creatively share valuable information to the viewer of the content. If the content is inherently we want to let the AI be creative with the image generation plus what the text should be and where on each page of the carousel, but needs to be focused on creating curiosity plus some form of valuable information for the user, for the person consuming the content, and we'll always have slide 6 be focused on a CTA to convert to paying for the app, for the service. That should be solid. No sound. We want it directly put onto our phone. And honestly, if we index on just creating really good carousels and you just have to add a viral sound, that's fine. That's fine. Because adding a sound, I don't know, man. I think it's just going to be really hard to get right. I mean, I even saw it last night. Like, it researched some like viral sound on TikTok and then went on YouTube, did a sound extraction, and it was like the first few seconds of like a music video. You know, it's just not going to be good. And also, you can't even inject it into a carousel anyway. You have to add it from TikTok or Instagram directly. So that's not even a possible option. Okay. All right. Now the clear picture of what needs to change. This is a significant rewrite, new creative framework, research phase, drafts for both platforms, text on any slide. Let me rewrite the whole skill file. Okay. So this will bring us immediately from nothing to a carousel that should look good and then be put directly into your drafts on TikTok and on IG. You just print those out. Now I have a clear picture of what needs to change. This is a significant rewrite, new creative framework, research phase, drafts for both platforms, text on any slide. Okay. All right. Research phase added, creative freedom unlocked, text overlays on any slide, not just slide one. Okay. No, remove any sound recommendation at all. 0 sound recommendations. Okay. Yeah, we don't need any sound recs. Sick. All done. Recommendation reference has been stripped from the skill file, both template and the agent's copy. The pipeline now ends with posting drafts to both platforms and notifying the owner with captions and simple instructions to add a sound, set it to public, and post. No specific sound is suggested. Sick. That should be sufficient. All right, now let's see if we can get the carousel posted. So we're gonna end this process and let's just make sure that this is still create a 6 slideshow carousel for TikTok and Instagram. Okay, that's fine. That should work. All right, now we're going to drop this, and now we should get a draft in both TikTok and our Instagram account. Definitely TikTok. Definitely TikTok. Create and publish a 6-slide photo carousel slideshow for TikTok and Instagram. Sick. let's see if we can get a fully created here, end-to-end flow to create this carousel. Okay. Now I'm thinking maybe we should build the skills for posting, man. You know, there's a good site for this. Phantom Buster. Warm leads every day, baby. Run our automations 24/7. Find unique intent data that you can't get anywhere else. And I'll tell you what, I've used this before. Phantom Buster's the real fucking deal. By platform. LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, Instagram, X, HubSpot. Let's see. Auto commenter, auto comment on a list of posts on Instagram, auto like, auto follow, auto unfollow, hashtag search, Instagram photo likers, notification extractor, post scraper, let's see what's the extract leads, enrich data, extract leads, Instagram follower collector, Instagram photo likers, extract the users who have liked a picture on an Instagram. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. You can literally target who likes a fucking photo. Instagram post commenters export. Extract the users who have commented on an Instagram post along with their comments. Instagram profile scraper. Instagram profile URL finder. Let's see what LinkedIn can do. Extract leads from LinkedIn posts. Connect with profiles from a LinkedIn search. Sales Navigator. Connect with profiles from a Sales Navigator search. Extract Sales Navigator search results. Collect new leads at scale. Google Maps search to contact data. Extract emails, phone numbers, and social media info from Google Maps search results. Interesting. You know, I can imagine that working really well for people that are selling stuff to local businesses. Scrape and export the results of a Google Maps search along with their available data. What about HubSpot? Get your contacts LinkedIn profile URL. No, don't care about that. Follower collector, likes extractor, search export, profile scraper, Twitter tweet likers export. What about DMs? What about DMs? Yeah, when's the last time you've opened up a Yellows page though? All right, looks like we're still running that workflow. Arc lock now generating all 6 images. Okay. Reddit, yeah, checks out. Used to be able to scrape shit from Discord on here, but it looks like they got that shit on lock. Let's see. Paid annually. What about the next recommendation I got for this is Apify. Get real-time web data for your AI. Okay. Instagram scraper, Facebook post scraper, website content. Crawls website and extracts text content to feed AI models. Let's see. Scrape without getting blocked. That's great. Connect via MCP. Get data from hashtags, extract posts, video posts from specific profiles, enter keywords, download TikTok videos, subtitles, and thumbnails. Download TikTok profiles, followers, and following. Get information on related videos. Export in multiple formats. Amplify MCP server. Export SDKs to use endpoints, webhooks. I mean, that's interesting. If you can use the TikTok scraper, you could have this shit trying to find content that can get plays. But can you find out what type of post it is? I mean, you can see whether or not it's an ad. Sponsored. Music meta. Now that's interesting. Pricing. Free no discount. Gold. $370 per 1,000 calls. Okay. Start scraping TikTok, fill in the input form. Scrapes TikTok hashtags, profiles, keywords. Scrape specific keywords and extract videos and profiles that contain it. Scrape specific TikTok videos. Scrape. Okay, so this is what the data actually looks like. Where's the music? Original avatar, private account, following, friends, fans, music metadata, original sound, music author, play URL. No fucking way. It can extract the play URL. You have permission. Right when you think you can get the fucking music, you can't. I mean, you could. You would just use FFmpeg. FFmpeg. If you use FFmpeg, you could extract that TikTok video sound specifically. This could work for videos, not slideshows, because you still can't add a sound to the slideshow. So this is what comes back from the search queries. This is what comes back from the video URL. Try that one more time. Oh. Actually, we can just see for ourselves. It could be outdated data. Bro. What is this garbage, bro? I wonder if we can find it here. So what did the link look like? Something like that. I could do MP3. There it is. Pretty sure this is it. That's a JPEG image. Okay, so this is the exact same endpoint. All right, let me just copy that. Give me the sound link out of this. And if we can copy and paste the sound link, it'll work. Because they could just be using old data on their docs page. All right, fuck it. We're just gonna copy all of this then. We're just gonna copy the data from this whole fucking page. Copy. Copy element. We're gonna try to say find it. Find it here. And that should give us enough information about whether or not we can get the audio file directly from the TikTok link. Because if we can get the audio file from the TikTok link, then we're cooking. Then we're cooking. Video you're viewing is that. I don't know if we can get this though. So it's probably going to be self-referential here. So we'll go back to the body. I want the host link. Okay. I want the host link to where the sound is being hosted in the cloud. That should hopefully get us closer. What the fuck? Why are we creating Pinterest boards? Did it work? Let's check the TikTok drafts here. No, go away. Where do you find drafts? Posts. There's got to be a way to find drafts. What the fuck? We need to figure this out. All right. Looks like we found the CDN link. What went wrong with our workflow? Did the carousels add drafts? So this is the link that we were looking for. There we go. So we can get the sound link. We can get the sound. We can definitely get the sound. So given that we can get the sound, that definitely unlocks quite a bit because it's definitely in the browser. So, that's a good question here. I don't want to have to build our own scraper to have to do this. That would be really annoying. But I mean, does it have the same? So SF16. So you can see that this is hosted in San Francisco in a data center. It's an SF. It's on a West Coast data center. So I can actually probably assume that these audio files actually do work. So it's safe to say that the audio files do save. Like they do provide good, clean audio files that come with the TikToks. So if we can find viral videos, this would be the way to do it. I guess we'd have to have the intelligence to know whether or not they are good videos, though. Scrape post from a user's profile. Profile scraper, hashtag, Instagram, comments, Instagram posts, Instagram reel scraper. Download reels and scrape transcripts. That's money. You can now export reels for offline use and extract reels transcripts, analyze content trends or creator messaging at scale. Try them out and let us know what you think in a review. That's money. Can we get the sound on an Instagram reel? Reel ID, reel URL, owner username, full name, video views and play count, comments, shares, hashtag mentions, latest caption, timestamp, video transcript, Download video URL and original video URL. Video duration, music info. Money. That's money. That's money. Ladies and gentlemen, that is fucking money. That is money. Example, for a NASA reel from September 2025, extracted, the reel caption mentions URL, 161K likes, million views, video duration, video URL, display images, thumbnails, transcript, tag users, music information. Oh man, Apify. Apify's the real fucking deal. Chat, Apify is the real fucking deal. We can make copycat videos from this and switch the format. We can make copycat videos from this. Because like once we can get all this data, the post, the real URL, like we can get the actual transcript, like the video transcript, the caption, all of this shit, we can literally just send that over to a video generation model and copy the whole fucking video. I wonder if they can do the same thing for TikTok. So we have Reels, but can we do, I mean, I'm sure obviously TikTok, you can get all the video data. I can't imagine they could do it for Instagram but not TikTok. So we don't want the search queries. We don't want profiles. We don't need the video URL. Whole TikTok videos, subtitles, thumbnails, sound covers, observe and track trends and predict emerging influencers, create a pipeline of top-of-the-line marketing leads, simplify market research, prepare an upcoming TikTok marketing campaign and promote your own channel and collaborate with an influencer, scan for authentic reviews, get research, TikTok sound scraper, dude. But can we tell whether or not it's a carousel? TikTok video scraper, hashtag discover profile, hashtag user research. All right, we're gonna ask Apify here. We're gonna ask Claude here what it thinks of Apify. We'll do this. Apify, no, Claude. Okay. Okay, I'm thinking about using Apify to scrape information from TikTok/IG. My goal is to create a workflow that copies viral videos, then uses AI to repurpose it as a video/carousel, but for my niche. IG, I can scrape the transcript. Can I do that for TikTok on Apify? What else do I need to know? Can I scrape the transcript just like Instagram, but for TikTok on Apify? What else? Can I tell whether or not a post is a video versus a carousel? Can I extract visual snippets of what the creator is doing in the video? or screenshots of each page of the carousel. Look this information up and let me know. Now that is going to be money. Okay. Need to run this again. No, the carousels did not make it to the drafts on either platform. Here's what happened. Research, 6-slide concept design, image generation. All succeed when broke. Postage channels found 0 channels. Your TikTok account isn't connected and linked to post is. The agent noted that Composio Instagram tools aren't available in its current tool set, so it couldn't create the Instagram container either. Okay. Yeah. I did disconnect it, so we'll do post is. We'll add a channel, TikTok. This social channel is connected previously to another Post's account. To continue, please fast track your trial for an immediate charge. Fuck off. Well, I think what I may have to do is log out of my other account. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to log out of my other account. I'll delete that. Keep that there for now. Go back. Oh my god, bro. Social channel is previously connected to another Post's account. To continue, please fast track your child for an immediate charge. Dude, what a stupid fucking thing to do, bro. What a stupid fucking thing to do. It makes me want to use Postas even less. Again, do we need Postas? I mean, if we're going to be posting it to drafts anyway on TikTok. No, we're gonna have to keep sounds. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to stick with Postas on this one, guys. I think we're gonna have to stick with Postas. One sec, I gotta pay for this shit really quick. Just give me a second while I pay for this. You've been charged, close window. Let me connect my fucking account, bro. There we go. Okay. That should be fine. For the sake of the workflow, how do we do this? Agent noticed that Composio Instagram tools aren't available in its current tool set, so it couldn't create the Instagram carousel container either. Wait. I logged into Instagram on on my account via Composio OAuth. Why didn't it work? I properly added TikTok to my account. Let's just run this again. Let's run that again, and it'll at least post a TikTok this time, because now that I have TikTok connected, it should be fine. Wait, I logged into Instagram on my account via Composio with OAuth. Why didn't it work? I added it to my account now. That should at least elucidate a little bit here. Okay, I logged into my Instagram on my account via Composio. Why didn't it work? Let's find out. Yeah, we should be able to add it and post directly to Composio. The content agents tools.json does list Composio Instagram as an MCP and is configured correctly. That's the problem. Your env has no Composio variables at all. To get Instagram working, you need to add the Composio MCP URL to your env. The format from your env example is, can you get these values from the Composio dashboard? Do you have your Composio server ID and user ID? If so, I can add those into the env var for you. Yeah, let me get that info. One sec. Composio. Okay. Okay. There it is. All the information. Should be good. That should be sufficient. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. Let's see. I see the full picture. Your web app is now here, here, here. Okay. MCP server created. Now I need to generate the URL scope to the right user. OAuth was done with the agent ID. It's the entity. Let me generate the URL properly. See if we're at least posting the TikTok on concept lock, now generating all the images. All right. Well, we should be able to have this posted to TikTok, the first carousel here on TikTok in a second. All 6 images generated. Now applying the text overlays in parallel. So all the slides that need text. Okay. Completing the image generation task and moving straight to upload and posting. All right, so let's see if we can find it in drafts. Now uploading all 6 to post is and getting the channel list. I should see it come up in drafts in about a second. We got it up right here. Create posts, get channels, there we go. And we're gonna post it just to see how the baseline one performs. Let's see, create posts, create posts. We should be creating 6 different posts. It's one slideshow. Now attempting, I don't see it. Oh, I found it. I found it. What the fuck? You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not, it's not centering the text properly. Lounges charge 0+ at the door and credit card might get you in. Like, check it out. Check it out. So it didn't do a bad job, honestly. You know, it doesn't know that the stuff cuts off, but this is what the slideshow it generated looks like. It's really not terrible. It's really not terrible. It's not great. It's not good, but it's not terrible. So we're gonna cut this workflow off, and we're gonna go back to cursor, and we got to give our model some feedback. Okay, your auth login was successful to connect account existing Composio, but the worker's ENV was missing Composio MCP. Generate the URL to, okay, you need to restart the worker. Okay. Okay, we need to give feedback to our AI. the text that comes up on each page overflows horizontally and is too big. We need our agent to be aware of where the text is getting placed and how big the text is on the screen. It should be within the margins of the page. Also, each page should have a text overlay that relates to the value the screen is creating, and the visuals should at least somewhat relate or add value to what the carousel is. No, I don't think we need to do that actually. Also, each page the text overlay should relate to the value that the screen is creating. So it tells a story in the 6 slides, not just text on one random page. Did it add a caption? Airport lounges are free if you have the right card. Save this for your next trip. Honestly, it's not bad. The caption was fine. The caption was fine. Honestly, it really wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. I think the next one will actually be able to post. It comes up for each flow, overflows, it's too big. We need our agent to be aware of the text being placed and how big it's on the screen. Also, on the hook page, page 1, we need the hook to be very concise, punchy, and create a curiosity gap. So no multiple lines of text for the first page of the carousel. Run it back. Yeah, I think this is good. Like honestly, I think we could cook up some fire fucking carousels. Shit. I think we could cook up some fire carousels. I'm impressed. Honestly, I'm impressed. I think we can set up a lot of really solid fucking workflows with this. And if you guys are watching right now and you want to see more of this, subscribe to my channel. I'm streaming every night, and I'm going to be showing you guys every step I take to build an AI that makes money while I sleep. So subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the YouTube. We're at 87 subscribers. We're only 13 away from getting to 100. So that's exciting. I just started this YouTube channel this month, so it's really cool that I'm already almost at 100 subs. That's dope. That's dope. They should send me a plaque in the mail. So yeah, if you like this stuff, subscribe to the channel, like the video. It goes a long way, and I'm going to continue doing this every day. Also, if you want to get more information and you want to talk to me directly, feel free to join the Discord server. The Discord server's in my YouTube bio. Hey, appreciate it, man. I just got someone subscribed to me on Kick. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate the subscription. Kick really doesn't push as much. Kick doesn't really push as much. Now the full picture, 2 changes needed, fix the tool, auto wrap text within the safe margins. Currently it's single draw text, line that overflows, update the skill file to mandate the text on every slide, story arc, with strict hook constraints. We have the first tool. Okay. I think after this we should be in a solid spot. We'll be able to post to Instagram and TikTok, and I'm going to post the carousels tonight, and we're going to see how they perform. Granted, I guess these carousels have absolutely nothing to do with the pages that I'm setting up, but fuck it, right? We'll just see how they perform. Let me check if the worker is running and restart it and see if it picks up. Tool changes and new compose U env var and then run train. Okay. Bro, no. Speak to the new env vars in code, then run the train command. I don't think we need to do this. We're just going to stop, keep all. Stop doing what you're doing. Can I run the train command now? All right. Go and run it. The code change is already done. The auto wraps, sick. We're going to run this back. Let's get the next carousel out. We'll add a viral sound and we'll fucking see how it goes. Okay. Restarting the workflow. And let's see what we come up with. Get that money. Okay. Just thinking about exactly what we're about to do. Let's see it. Cool, we're running. We are running. All right, chat, if you guys are just joining the video now, we are going to be launching a automated slideshow going directly from our AI that knows and has all the context on our business. It's now going to take a prompt. It's going to generate a bunch of images. It's going to create a viral hook. It's going to create a flow, and then it's going to post the content directly to my TikTok and my Instagram account. From there, I'm going to add a viral sound, post it, and we're going to see what happens. So that's what we're doing right now. We're creating a workflow to just pump out short form videos, or short form carousels in this case for TikTok and IG. So right now what it's doing is putting together some research and figuring out exactly what we should put into the carousel. And then from there it'll generate the images, it'll add the captions, and then it'll start posting. So that's what's en route right now. So we can see task 1 is done, research is complete, and let's see what's next. Okay. Let's see what we got. Research 2 to 3 viral TikTok, Instagram carousels in the credit card points and travel hacking niche using web search. Note that the hook phrasing patterns, slide value structure, visual style, and CTA approach. Use findings to design the full 6-slide concept. Slide 1, curiosity with bold text. Slide 2 to 5, concrete value tips, text per slide. Slide 6, CTA driving 2-point full. Okay. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Generate all 6 images at 9:16 portrait. Generate images using Nano Banana. Sick. All right, let's see how it goes, chat. See if we can get a good slideshow out. Because again, the last one was good. So again, if you guys are just joining now, the last slideshow actually isn't bad. So it generated this, and it actually looks pretty real. Some nice pictures. They almost look like they are coming from Pinterest, but there's no captions in each page. They're in random places, and they're cutting off, right? Like they're not, centered properly and being, in the right spot. It's just kind of cutting off. And so the next slideshow should come out looking much better. So we should fix the text issue, and we shouldn't have this problem again. So if this slideshow comes out well, we'll add a viral sound and then we'll get it posted. Confirm pipeline. Now executing the task. So we should be generating the images now. I'm curious if the Canva API is any good. Let's see. Canva carousels. How to create a seamless Instagram carousel with Canva. Canva AI image generator. Let's see. While we wait. Alright. So it looks like it's good for ads probably. But even then, a human has to do that.
You didn't know that you can create your own image in Canva using AI. I bet that you didn't know that you can create your own image in Canva using AI.
How the fuck did this get 385 likes, bro?
Create amazing designs in ChatGPT using the Canva plugin part 2. Today I need to fix 5 presentations. Instead of spending hours and hours creating them from scratch, I choose this method. So I go to ChatGPT, install the Canva plugin, then type, create a social media strategy presentation. It's going to give you 5 different presets that you can customize. Simply click on one of the links, adjust the design to your own liking, and then
ChatGPT and Canva, man, of course. Okay.
Here's how to create AI images using Canva. So in order to do this, you can create an image, export over an image, and then mix, select it, and click Save. Now you will have all these different options to...
Canva isn't bad. It's not bad. Let's see. Canva AI social media posts.
I'll plug it in. So I feel like that one's called do, and this is something that my team and I do. You know, the random videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Follow you.
Less than a minute. Let me show you how. I went into ChatGPT and wrote 2 prompts, one for 50 motivational fitness quotes and another one for 50 fitness tips for healthy weight loss. I copied and pasted those onto an Excel spreadsheet. Then I selected File, Download into a CSV file. Then I was ready to head on over to Canva. I went to social media, Instagram Reel, and search designs. Once I selected one, I deleted the font, went to Apps, and Bulk Create. From here, I selected Upload CSV, and I selected the file that we saved. Next, I right-clicked and selected Connect Data. I selected the quote and then Continue, Generate 99 designs. Once that populated, we have 100 reels right here. Now all you have to do is update the font if you'd like and update the videos. You can upload your own video, or if you have a faceless account, continue on with different designs that Canva has to offer. Once you've completed everything, click File, Download as an MP4. Now you're make 100 reels.
Dude, that is fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. Yo, that's nuts. Okay, we may have to use Canva. We may have to use Canva. Bulk create social media posts.
Here's how to bulk create all your social media content. Later, you'll that's fine. 2. Now repeat and boom. Select download.
All right, let's check it on the video. See if we got it posted yet. All 6 slides generated with overlays burned in. Okay, so now it's posting. It's uploading now. Sweet. Yeah, we never checked up on this. TikTok transcript extraction, yes, very well supported. Video versus carousel detecting, this is where it gets messy, especially on TikTok. For Instagram, you're good in shape. Instagram post scraper can scrape posts, carousels, read videos, and in doc explicitly note that sidecar is their term for an image carousel. Perfect. For TikTok, it's shakier. There's an open issue on one of the main TikTok scrapers where someone asked about slideshow support. An engineering team responded that it's not possible at the moment. However, a newer premium scraper, Radiance TikTok video scraper, explicitly says it supports both video and image slideshow posts. So depending what actor you use, the main Clockwork scraper doesn't differentiate slideshows, but the newer third-party ones do. Okay, so then I'm going to check what? Good. Okay. Let me see. What was I gonna ask? Fuck. No. Fuck. Lost my train of thought. Canva bulk post API. Does Canva have a bulk social media generate API? It does in the app, but about API. Look it up. It's locked behind Canva Enterprise, which is a deal breaker for a solo builder. Canva's autofill API, Connect API, exists only exactly to do what you want. You can set up the brand's templates with data fields. So what Waybands use? Doesn't require enterprise plan. It's Canva-like editor and allows you to generate images programmatically at scale with a simple API. It's got to be a carousel generator. Automate your social media visuals. Okay. There's got to be a carousel API, man. There's got to be a good carousel generator for social media. Any ideas? All right, let's see if we got the new TikTok post. Not yet. Not posted yet? Okay. All 6 slides are done with text burned in. We already did this. Okay, there's got to be an issue here where we're locked up. We're locked up. Are we locked up again? I don't see it going on social media. Alright, we'll go back to the Canva question. Content drips looks like the strongest fit. Templated IO or shot post nitro. Viral social media content posts in minutes. Spend less time wrestling with ideas and designs. Content drip spins up your blogs, videos, or topics into carousels and written posts for the next 2 weeks in just minutes. That sounds great. The question is, does it look like shit? IG and LinkedIn carousel. Man. This website doesn't even look like it's vibe coded. It looks like it's hand coded by someone that doesn't know what they're doing. Brutal. Brutal. Man, these carousels are fucking lame, bro. Yeah, looks like we're gonna be generating carousels ourselves. Okay. Damn, Canva doesn't have any other useful APIs for generating social media content. Come on, bro. Found the issue. The web app save state and app web lib db blindly dumps the version without an optimistic lock check. Every time the web app writes to agent state, it increments the version, which causes the worker's optimistic lock to fail. Okay. Fuck, I'm so hungry right now. The version without an optimistic lock. Have not eaten all day, chat. Fuck. Just been so dialed on this. Just been so dialed on this. Okay. So here's a full picture. Canva does have more APIs, but the tier gating is the issue. What's available on any plan? The design API lets you create designs programmatically. The export API lets you export them into these files, and the asset API lets you upload images and assets. Okay. The new design editing API recently launched. Design editing API now is generally available and lets developers programmatically read and update the layout and contents of a Canva design, including the size, position, and structure of individual elements. This is the most interesting one. It could theoretically let you manipulate designs programmatically, but the docs don't make it clear whether this is enterprise gated too, and Canva notes that certain Connect APIs are restricted to paid plans. It's fine. Canva's API strat is clearly built for enterprise SaaS, not for solo builders. The non-enterprise APIs are useful for moving files around. You'd be better off with one of these alternatives. No, I would not. I would not, trust me. Canva.com. Come on, guys. Where's your API? Canva.com/API. Dude. Canva developers. Let's see. Develop apps with the Canva Apps SDK. Helps users do more by building new data design and AI capabilities. Whether it's AI-powered app that makes user experience more efficient. Upload media to a user's media library with the Assets API. Design. You properly design tools easily with the Design API. Add new content to a design, or read and edit what's already there. Okay. Fetch. Unlock a huge range of possibilities with standard web API. Authentication, export, content query. Bring your Canva users. Canva Apps SDK. Let's see, we'll ask the Canva API. Is the Canva API locked to enterprise? Okay, I'm confused on how the Canva API works. Can I have an agent interact with it to create Instagram slideshows? Yes, you can have an agent, app, or backend interact with the Canva API to create Instagram slideshows or multi-page designs programmatically. Here's how this works with Canva Connect and Apps SDK. Connect API for design creation and autofill. You can use the Connect API to programmatically create designs based on brand templates and autofill them with your data. images, text for Instagram slides. This API supports creating multi-page Canva designs which represent slideshows. Your agent would be able to authenticate with OAuth, select or create templates, autofill content, and generate the design. After creation, the user can edit the design into Canva's editor, or you can export the design for publishing. No brand templates and autofill requires a Canva Enterprise subscription or special development access. Wait, so you're saying I can't do it unless I have an enterprise subscription? It's fucking insane, bro. Okay. All right, we'll run our agent here again. It's accessible to all developers. However, the advanced features like brand templates and autofill. So if you don't have an enterprise subscription, you cannot use these brand templates. That said, if you have a genuine development use case, okay, answer me this. How can I make slideshows without an enterprise API? Be concise, 2 sentences. You can create multi-page Canva design slideshows without enterprise by using the Connect API to programmatically create and add pages with your own assets and content. And what the fuck is the point of using it? However, without enterprise, you won't have access to brand templates and autofill features that automate populating templates. You'll need to build and fill each design page manually via the API. Lol. Why would I use Canva then? I can generate images with Nano Banana and insert text over them with FFmpeg. FMPeg. Be concise. Yeah, Canvas are set up for enterprise, man. What a fucking tragic shame. I understand your point. Canva's value lies in its powerful design ecosystem, collaborative editing, rich templates, and brand consistency tools, which are difficult to replicate with manual image generation and video editing tools like FFmpeg. Canva API lets you leverage Canva's design quality, user-friendly editor, and controls. If you only need simple image generation with text overlay, manual tools might suffice. If you want scalable, high-quality, brand-consistent stuff, okay. But I'm not an enterprise. And I can't afford enterprise pricing. And you're telling me I can't use the templates or your autofill via API, which means it's useless to me, right? Like, just tell me it's useless to me, bro. You are correct. The advanced Canva API features for creating autofill brand templates, which enable automated slideshow creation, requires a Canva Enterprise subscription. However, you can use still the basic to create designs and add pages programmatically by manually adding assets and content yourself. Yeah. Canva's cooked. Canva's cooked. It's really tragic, bro. Really tragic. Someone's gonna make a lot of money on making a tool like that. If you're watching this video, make that. Make more shit for agents. Deadass. What the fuck? There we go. Build a pointful info product. Wait, what? Did we already create the slideshow? I'm confused. No, we definitely did not. Wait, why aren't we creating the slideshow? What the fuck? That does not make sense. Carousel objective was queued, but the agent is still working on a current objective. Dude. Bro, give me the command to wipe whatever it's doing and start from where I say. Why did it do that? Like, come on. Why are you wasting my time? How's it going, Lucas? Oh, Lucas Chu. How's it going, brother? It's been a while. By the way, Thomas, my friend Brent is putting together a workspace for startups in New York. I think he should talk to you. Appreciate it, brother. How have you been? How you doing? How's life been? Are you out in New York? I haven't been out to too many places recently, to be honest with you. I've been primarily just kind of locked in my new apartment in New York. Honestly, I haven't really been in the scene for a while, ever since I left San Francisco. But I'll be back. I'll be back at some point, but just right now, I'm just at the point right now where it feels like anything that I need to do, I can do at my house. Like I feel like I just gotta be locked in. Ever since I shut down Solaris, it's just been, you know, I just gotta go heads down at home and figure this out. Yeah, I miss SF. Just thinking about it the other day, I visited SF back in September for a little bit, but I haven't been to San Francisco in a year outside of that. I left SF back in February of 2025. Shit, now it's March 2026. It's been some time. It's been some time. Still bullish on SF. I just think for right now, me personally, I need to be isolated. No outside influences, running with my own creative flow. Eventually I'll resurface again and go back into the scene and stuff and chat with people, but you know, it's been nice for the last year, just kind of having peace and silence and being able to decide and think about what it is that I want to do with my life. Because going from something like Solaris, where I'm just around people building startups all day, to being able to kind of think a little bit more, I don't want to say independently, but of less influence of San Francisco, has been quite nice. been quite nice. For those of you that are on YouTube and you're watching the video and you're enjoying it so far, drop a subscribe, drop a like on the video. Would greatly appreciate it. I'm doing these live streams every night showing you all how to build AI agents from scratch, particularly one that will build a business for you while you're away. That's what it is that I'm doing. So if you're enjoying the content, if you're enjoying the channel, please subscribe, turn that notification bell on. I'll be back. And then also join me in the Discord. I have a Discord channel set up. Join the Discord. It's in my bio here on YouTube. And that's going to be the place where I'm going to share all the updates, interact with you guys, answer questions, do co-working sessions, all that good stuff. So definitely check that out. All right, we got all 6 images generated. Now we're applying the text overlays. Let's see if we can get the next video or the next slideshow out. Hopefully the slideshows should work now. And we can get this thing pushed out. All 6 overlays done. Now uploading to post is. Fantastic. Upload to post is. Let's see if we got it. We got it. Tip 1, transfer to blank airline partners. 50K points equals. Tip 2, stack up blank bonus 100K points equals 2 free round trips. Man, these things are just. What the fuck? Your points are expiring right now. Man, how it's thinking about these carousels is really off. But on the upside, the actual carousels, the text is staying centered. It's staying centered. We need to make it center aligned rather than left aligned, but it's getting better. It's definitely better. Tip 1, transfer to airline partners. 50K points equals 1,000 business class seat. What is this, bro? And it's like some slides don't have a text overlay. We gotta work on the. Oh wait, what the fuck? It uploaded another carousel? Sign up bonuses beat daily spending times 10. Most people swipe for years and barely earn 1 flight. Choose flexible points, transfer to 10 plus airlines and hotels for max value. Time your app with a big purchase. Hit minimum spend without extra. And then it posted some long link. Okay. Yeah, we got work to do on dialing in the skill. That's for sure. Let's see if we got it uploaded to Instagram, though. So we got it posted to TikTok. Let's see if we got it also to Instagram. Yeah, look at that. We also got it to Instagram. So now we have a workflow that posts videos and we have a workflow that posts slideshows. Unfortunately, the slideshow generation is not great yet. I mean, frankly, neither is the videos. But we have a good baseline to iterate from. So I'm going to kill that task. And what I'll do tomorrow is I'm going to start dialing this in and start getting a lot of rich information from all of these scrapers. So I'm going to start setting up, Apify or Phantom Buster, and we're going to start getting real data. We're going to start getting some really good data from these other providers, so that way we can start copying the formats to make these videos go viral. So, or at least, create a half decent video to get at least a few thousand views. Like if we were able to generate a slideshow where on every post it could get a few thousand views and we could spam the internet with these, that's a win. Like that's a win. So that's going to be it for today. And we got another one done. So we got videos completely connected. We have slideshows that for the most part are at least working. And we'll move on to it tomorrow and get down to the next step. But that's going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you all coming to the stream. And I will